Hi folks, welcome back. Last week I purchased a job lot of vintage woodworking hand tools from Facebook Marketplace for around £100. So I'm going to go through them now, talk you through them, and we'll see if we did good. Included in this lot were 7 hand planes. So there's an old wooden one here. I think this is a 4 plane. We've got 2 5.5 planes. This one's a Stanley and this one's a Record. We've also got 2 4.5s, also another Record and another Stanley. And we've got 2 4s. This one's a Stanley and this one seems to be unbranded. This one's got a good bit of surface rust on it. It was in this box wrapped in newspaper, so looks like it's been in there for quite some time. In fact, the newspaper itself dated back to 2006, so it's not that one's not a vintage one, but still about 20 years old and needs a good clean up. Actually looks brand new apart from all the corrosion that's on it. Doesn't look as if it's been used much. I don't see a brand on it. There's a spare blade in here as well. It's a bit corroded also. That does say Stanley on the top of it there. So perhaps it is a Stanley one, but we'll see how they perform. I'll stick a bit of wood in my vise and we'll just test each one as it is at the minute. I have been following a guy called Rex Kruger on YouTube just to find out a bit more about hand tools, because I don't really know that much about them, because I haven't really used hand tools. I've been mostly power tools I've been using in my kind of DIY journey. So yeah, I'd like to know more about them. I'd like to know how to use them a bit better. In the videos that I've been watching Rex Kruger on YouTube, he's explained some of the anatomy of the plane. So this is a lever cap. You can just remove it by folding that back and lifting it up. Now to remove this, you just lift it up and it's got the blade on the back and it's got a chip breaker on the front that's held together by a screw here. This section here is called the frog, with you've got your knob at the front and the handle at the back, which is called the tote. This one's a bit loose, needs a bit of a tighten up, I think. This lever here is your lateral adjustment that moves the blade left and right to kind of straighten it up. And in the back here you've got the knob to retract or extend the blade out through the mouth here. So this is the mouth, as I said. This is the cheek either side, and this is the sole with the heel and the toe at the front. So that's the basics of the makeup of the plane. They're all relatively the same. I'll stick this one back together. I'll stick a little bit of wood in my vise. We'll see what kind of shavings we're getting from each one as they are at the moment. So I'm just going to run through each of the planes just as they are, as they come out of the box. I haven't adjusted them in any way apart from lowering the blade enough to try and take a shaving. So we'll run through one at a time and we'll see how they perform. I'll start with the old 4 plane first. Let's see how this works. We are getting a decent shaving. Maybe a bit thick, but yeah, at least the blade's sharp, so that's a good start. It's in relatively good condition. There is a wee crack just here, just with the wedge obviously getting tapped in, maybe putting a bit of pressure on that. There's a weak spot just here. But other than that, it looks to be in relatively good condition. So this is the Stanley 5.5 plane. Try this one. Again, we're getting a bit of a shaving there, but probably could do with a sharp on that blade. Maybe a bit of adjustment. With the lateral adjustments. Lateral adjustment seems quite stiff. Yeah, maybe a wee bit of setup to do in that one. But doesn't seem too bad condition overall, so that looks quite good. This is another 5.5, but this one is the record one. Yeah, we're getting decent shaving off that one as well. See if we can get a better one. Yeah, we're getting decent shavings off that as well. But yeah, maybe a little bit of setup in that, and that'd be good as well. Sharpen the blade, flatten the sole. Yeah, happy with that one. This is the 4.5 Stanley. Tote's a bit loose on that one, I'll need to tighten that up. We'll give this a go. That one seems pretty decent. Good shaving off that. That one seems okay. This is a record 4.5 now. There is a fracture on the cheek of this one here. Just see it there. Doesn't seem as if it's going to break off anytime soon. So don't think it's going to affect the performance of it. Let's see how it cuts. Again, decent shaving. They all could do with a bit of refinement, but I think for buying them blind, it's been not too bad so far. So this is a number 4 Stanley. Another smoothing plane. So let's see how this one performs. The tote in this is a bit loose as well. One's got a decent shaving off it as well. So all the blades seem to be pretty sharp. Yep. So, yep, happy with that one as well. And this is the rusty one that was in the box. Another 4. As I say, the blade did say it was a Stanley, but there's no markings on this one at all, so it does look a bit cheaper made than the other ones, so we'll give it a go, see how it cuts. Struggling a wee bit, maybe I need to bring the blade out a wee bit more. again, the blade is pretty sharp. As I said, that blade did look pretty new out with the corrosion. It didn't look as if it had been used that much. This so it's probably lay in a box for years, never been used. The blade is pretty sharp. I can feel it sharp there. So bit of clean up, see how that with sole plate can clean up, see if we can get all the corrosion off it. That might be pretty decent. All in all, they don't seem too bad. They do all need a little bit of TLC and a bit of setup, but I think they'll all will be usable. So that's not a bad start. I'll just set these over at the back out the way. There is one other plane in here. Never used this type of plane before, so looks like some sort of rebate or rabbit plane. Take it you would hold it here and here, work it along that way. Blade is pretty sharp. I'd need to see exactly how that works. I need to do a wee bit of research into that one. So let's see what else we've got in here. So in here, got a homemade box. Got some sort of marking gauge here. It's very flat along this side, and it's like a nail driven in at the end there, and that's also flat at that edge, and the filed to a fine point here. If you can see that, but so it's some sort of marking gauge. I assume it's handmade as well. Here we've got a square, engineer's square. Just a standard sort of square that you could just slide this rule in, tighten it down. A wee bit of surface corrosion on it, but nothing too major. It also comes along with this, it's like a compass here, so you could use it as an angle finder. So you would just slide the rule in, see which way, tighten it down, and then you can spin that as an angle. So it's 0 here, you can see it's marked as 0, and it goes all the way from 0 to 180. So that's pretty handy. Just noticed there's an initial stamped on it, JP. Don't know if you can see that there. So whoever JP is, or was, kind of feels strange having somebody else's tools that may have used this in their career. Really good quality, Moore and Wright, so it's Sheffield steel, so good quality. Also, this guide here, there we go. So this one you just use that for marking the centre of circles or centre of your square posts or whatever. So it's quite handy as well. One other thing in here, I'm not too sure what it is. It's handmade, obviously. It's a bit of leather at the back, and it's got these little quadrants of wood that roll round into a circle here. So I'm assuming this is some sort of holder for maybe files or whatever. You would wrap that round so you've got a good grip. So that's been used many times. So interesting. If anybody knows what that is, and you could put it in the comments and let me know, but that's what I think it might be for. Let me know if you know. That's quite good. Next, I've got old drill, bib and brace, I think they're called. you'd hold it against your chest and turn it like that. This does come with an assortment of bits. Seen better days. This is a bit threadbare, but there's quite a wide range of different bits in here. So we've got some auger bits, also got a Forstner bit here. This one is an adjustable circle cutter. A few different screwdriver bits as well. I just find that fascinating. It's somebody, it's somebody's tools from maybe 40, 50 years ago who would have been using this and to ply their trade. Just really fascinated by old tools and the story behind them. So these bits come with a shank like that. It's kind of square, tapered down. And you open it up and slot it in and tighten it down. I think there's some sort of ratchet on this as well. There we go. So that would loosen it, that would tighten. But yeah, a bit footery for me to use it, but yeah. Don't know if there's any identification. That's Stanley as well. Stanley number 76101, I think it is, or maybe just 10. Yeah. I think that'd be nice to have up my wall. My intention is with these tools, with the exception of the planes, I do want to find out how to use them, but I want to just kind of display these. I've got another French cleat wall that I've put up, and I'm going to use that specifically just for my old vintage tools that I'm going to collect. Next, I've got some calipers here. Yeah, a bit stiff, but yeah, 3 sets of those, small, medium, and a large. Actually, I've got 4 sets. A really small one, so a lathe in my other workshop. Yeah, just a wee outbuilding I've got. I've not really get round to using it much, so these will come in handy for that. Maybe a bit big, these ones, but I can make some sort of nice design on my wall with them, maybe. See how I can get that to come together. Yeah, but oh, there's another set. This is Moore and Wright as well. Also got the initials JP on it as well. These are odd leg calipers, so these would be for scribing. You just run it along the side with the bent leg, and that would scribe the other side. So let me see a bit. Also got these. It's like a set of trammels. So what you would do, it's in an old bit of cork, is you open this section here and you put a bit of wood or a bit of steel through there, clamp it down on both, and then you can create any size of circle you want using the trammels for marking. Yeah, they're quite handy. Use them in metal work as well as woodwork. It's also got a compass for a pencil to put in there as well. That's quite handy. And here we've got calipers for measuring internal and external sizes. Also, it's got the depth gauge there as well. Just mechanical altogether, but it seems a good quality. Stainless steel. Yeah, that's pretty decent. So lastly, we've got these tools wrapped up on a towel. So these are all different tools for the lathe, different types of gouges, spindle gouges, and I think these ones are for paring, cutting off. See, I don't know a lot about them, although I do have a lathe. I've never really used it that much, so I'm just trying to get into it. So there's quite a few. There's a few similar ones. Those three seem to be the same. This looks like a handmade one. It's been welded here. And obviously the sharpening's a bit rough. I suppose if it works, it works. So that one's slightly smaller than that. Slightly deeper cup in that. Again with that one. No idea what this one would be called. I don't know if that's for scooping like internal bowls and stuff like that. So quite handy. And the smaller gouge tool. This one here has got a branding on it. It's William Cook and Sons Limited from Glasgow. See that? Another gouge. So how many is that? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 of the tools for the lathe, and also a big huge screwdriver. Assume that would have been used for big hinges on doors and stuff like that. I don't know if there's any markings on this. There's something that can't quite make it out. It does look good quality. You can tell it's a really old tool. If you know what any of these are and how the best way to use them is for whatever application they would be for, let me know. Let me know what you think that one's for. So yeah, that's everything out of the box. So £100 I paid for that. So do you think it's a bargain, or do you think I've bought a load of crap, to put it bluntly? I'm quite happy with it. I think I love the look of old tools. So these will be going in next to my lathe. I'll get these hung up, ready for when I can start using that. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If anybody knows any more information about these tools, you can put them in the comments. Let me know. Specifically all the different types of gouges and whatnot for the lathe. You can tell me individually which each one should actually do. Also, I'm going to get these planes set up. I'm going to try and get the blades sharpened. I'll get the soles flattened and whatnot, and see how better they perform as compared to the test I did earlier. So if you enjoyed the video, give it a like and a subscribe. Also, I'll put a link in for Rex Kruger's channel. He does a lot of work with hand tools and explains it very well, a lot better than I would. So check his channel out. That's about it for me. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.